All right, guys, welcome to the official first video of the channel Gamer Core Plus. So, now in front of us today, there's two binders here, and these two binders you can see are quite different sizes. So, we have the small black one and this bigger red one. This is going to be a 4 sleeve binder per page. This is where we keep the alternate arts for my collection, Sam I Am's collection, and it has any secret arts I may have, and my alt leaders in here. This will be what we're showcasing on first, however, because it has our main SRs that I collect out of every set. Really, this is where they go. I chose this one because it's bigger, and usually there's more SRs. And later in the video, you will see my girlfriend's collection, which will be in a pink binder. Which, matter of fact, it's right here. So that will be showcased at a later point in this video. First, we're gonna go through it. As you can see here, we do have SRs, like I said. So you see Sanji, Adio, Smoker, Lim, Ace, Sanji again, Kid, Mihawk, and Lim. So we're just gonna go through the pages here, slowly showing you. As you see, 3 10 cost teaches from the newest set of PO10. Then we have some of the Captain Kids here from the starter deck, Sanji 2K. It's just a bunch of random stuff here, as you can see. Just a bunch of stuff from different sets, some from PRB, some from the actual original sets. Most likely, the ones from OPO 1 to around OPO 3 are the ones that came out from PRB, just because we did not collect or play One Piece at the time of it. But anything above that usually will be from the original set itself. Then, obviously, the starter deck ones. This, fun fact, guys, this Luffy here, this red from the starter deck it came from, this is the first starter deck I have bought. I know, no sleeve. I should probably change that. I am so sorry. But this Luffy is actually the first starter deck I bought. It's from the, I believe it says starter deck 1, right? Yeah. So the first starter deck 1, is the first set of cards I played with. That's actually the cards I took to my first tournament with. Did I win any games? No. But I definitely had fun learning the experience. Moving forward, we are going to see even more. Some Kaidos. We have some Anakis. We have some of these Pikas. Just a bunch of cool stuff here. Like I said, I kind of keep these for collection. Some of them stuff I did sell, like the Tony choppers from EVO 1 that you saw, that you'll see in my girlfriend's video, because those were at pretty high price and I had no use for them. These Udis here I will most likely sell as well, just because they are pretty high and I don't see myself running a black deck anytime at all. These Jacks I'll probably keep just because they're not worth much at the moment, as not as I believe. And then obviously 3 of the lost from starter deck. I can see we have even more stuff. It's not really organized. I probably will change that though to make it by color in this binder, but that would be a whole process. So maybe we'll make a video on that, on us kind of organizing this a little bit. As you can see, it starts winding down a bit. Just a bunch of more cards from starter decks, from sets. This is PRB right here. This obviously is in the starter deck, that's where I got it. Like I said, it's starting to thin out just because it's less and less stuff. Keep going here. Kind of the more towards this end is kind of where the PRB stuff came in, because I already collected the stuff up front. There's a random tournament ace in here. I think I swapped it out for something. That's why it's in there. As you can see, we have a bunch of stuff. We have Hioris here. I used to run this in the kid deck. I still do. However, I just got the All-Star art, so that's why they're in here. And that is it, guys. I believe so. Yep. Oh, and also this deck also contains, I'm trying to collect one of every leader. However, from the earlier sets, that's seeming a little more difficult just because I haven't, no shop really has the base leader. They usually have the alternate art, but obviously I'm going to keep looking. Well, that's true for our local mall called the Ninja Exchange. That Ninja Exchange is essentially like Frankenstein's, but much smaller. Those of you know what Frankenstein's are, then you know just how big it is. But for us, a Ninja Exchange is all we have. There's very few vendors that do sell One Piece. However, there's one stand. A shout out to Max Collectibles. They sell a bunch of singles, so I would definitely check that out if you're looking for any in the local San Diego area. As you can see, just a bunch of decks. Oh, okay. So that is that binder. We are going to move on to this black binder here. So like I said, this, we're actually going to start from the back to the front just because I feel like my front page is my best. So just 2 Luffy Dawn back here. 2 of the Luffy Dawn. So you can tell this came in. I honestly don't remember where they came in, but I do remember they came in from the set. But here are my alt leaders. So all these are pulled. I didn't buy any of these. This Luffy was pulled from the Three Brothers deck. I only bought one. So, and this is the what I pulled it from. This funny story here. So at MinMax Collectibles, shout out again to MinMax. They had single packs of EVO1 at the time where it was very rare to find some. And my girlfriend, who wanted to try to find chopper cards, bought all of them. And this is one of the cards that came out. And also, she got an alternate art chopper that you will see later on in the video. This, once again, is from us buying a box of OPO5. Pulled this box of OPO7. Pulled this. Finally, this OPO10. I actually went to Frankensons with my uncle and my girlfriend. I wasn't gonna buy a box, but I feel Frankensons just a little intimidating to not come out with nothing. So it's kind of a scary place to be, especially if you're a little low on money. But as you can see, did pull something. So we're gonna keep going. Just a bunch of blank pages. Like I said, we're gonna start from back to front because I feel like my friend's my best page. 4 Sabos here. I was trying to sell these, but I'm gonna hold on to them just because of that new OPO 12 or 13, I believe it was. I think it's 13 that koala that comes out. All right, so we're getting into it here. Like I said, there's a bunch of SECs. This is a tournament pudding. This is here because my girlfriend didn't want it, so I just kind of kept it in here. So you can see we have all SECs in the back here. I think there's some in the front, but that's fine. So we have the Nika Luffy, 3. I believe I have 4, but there's a little further. 1 of the 9 cost Rush Luffy, Kaido Linlin, 2 of the 10 cost Kaido. Obviously, we have that tournament pudding there. And next, this is my Bonnie deck stuff. My Bonnie deck is kind of in the works, so I took these out just to kind of have them here and make my collection look a little bigger. So as you can see here, we do have Cavendish, Tashigi, and this is my favorite card here. This is supposed to be in the front page, but like I said, I'm using it for Bonnie right now. So little backstory behind this real quick. Me and my girlfriend went down to San Diego to the Fashion Valley Mall, and I was finally found some One Piece packs. This is when I first started playing the game, and I had never seen some anywhere. And I found OPO6, and there was only 5 guys. There was only 5. Bought 5. We went to the cart, and this is the one of the ones we pulled. Yes, I did say one of the ones. We pulled another card. It was an SP. We'll get to that in the front. But like I said, this is my all-time favorite card because Zoro is also one of my favorite characters. I just like how his hockey essentially reflects off of it. It's just such a cool design. And obviously we have Tashigi, Dofi. Fun fact about this, guys. Is it still here? Okay, yeah. So there's a little mystery card here. As you can see, this is the back of it. We pulled this card and this in the same set. So I will reveal this card at the end of my segment here. But it is definitely worth it, guys. Definitely worth it. And then obviously Rosinante, I can barely find this online. I can't find it at single shops. Luckily, my uncle, once again, shout out to my uncle. You will hear my girlfriend shout him out a bunch of times too, because he's the one who got me into this game. But he gave me this because he knows I like to play Bonnie. Okay, next, moving on. We have, this is PRB. Most of this page is PRB except for these two, but this is the Arlong from PRB, 4 cost, and then the Robin. And then we have the Izo. And this Zoro, it's the gift collection. I believe I got it from my uncle. Once again, shout out to my uncle. He let me go through cards and just pick ones I wanted. And since I was running the Star Deck Luffy, I picked this out because, well, obviously I needed it for the deck. Neji and Yamato. I used to have the baby Reiju, but I did sell it because it probably at its peak right now, like $55. I traded it in for some of my Shanks deck. Obviously, this is PRB because that's quite literally the cover of the PRB box. Judge is from actually just from the set OPO6. And then Khalifa PRB and there's Gecko Moria. I had pulled, we went to go to buy a box. And I bought a box like a couple days before, and I literally pulled 2 SRs. I only pulled 2 SRs from the box. My girlfriend buys a box, and with her luck, she pulls this and this Zoro. I'm like, there's no way. How do I go from getting a box with only 2 SRs and I got just this? This is actually from OPO5. This is not PRB. I actually pulled this from OPO5. This is also pulled from OPA when first. I think this is from the first box we bought from OPO8. And obviously Smoothie from here. And then Zoro. This is what the base Zoro looks like. I still think it looks pretty cool, like I said, but the alternate, it just has a whole special place in my heart for the reason behind it. We have a Nekomamushi full art, Marco full art, and then 2 Goldie Rogers. I used to only have 1, but then like I upgraded to the alt art for my Shanks deck, so that's why it's in here. Winter Luffy. So I actually got this at my first tournament, guys. I didn't win, but like I said, because I lost. But however, the community I feel is so nice. Everyone knew I was new, and the guy who won it, since I ran the started Luffy deck, he said, "Here, you need more of these." So he just gave it to me. It wasn't cost much, but like that's still like honestly kind of impactful because it shows the community is not toxic. and like it's welcoming and stuff. So that's, I think that's pretty cool. This was pulled in the OPL5 set, and this Katakuri here was pulled in the Treasure Booster set along with that Doflamingo and the mystery card here, guys. So because the treasure set came out OPO 4, it was 2, 3, 4, I believe, and a 5. I think those were the ones that were in the treasure booster set. And then, guys, the front page I feel like is my best. So if the Zora was being played, it would replace this Rebecca here. But so here it is, guys. So as I mentioned earlier, this is the card we pulled with that Zoro. My girlfriend actually pulled this one while I pulled the Zoro. As you can see, look at that. And at the time, I didn't know how lucky I was until I actually got into the game. Pulling an SP and an alternate secret art is so rare. It's not super rare compared to this card. Little hint at what it is, but it's just such a cool card. Like I thought this set the standard for SPs for me. So whenever I seen some other ones, I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. But like, it's just the way the color reflects off of it, like it literally looks like a rainbow, guys. Next, we have this Ezo. I almost use it in my Bonnie deck, but I don't. I know some people do. I don't. Katakuri. This was pulled on PRB. Once again, my girlfriend pulled it with her pack look. I think it's better than the original. I truly do enjoy this one. And then Rebecca, obviously. Now, guys, we are looking at the mystery card here. I'm sure some of you may have guessed what it is. However, so like I said, the Treasure Booster set came out, and my girlfriend was originally gonna buy it from Ninja Exchange. They was selling for $30 a box. However, my uncle, once again, honestly, shout out to my uncle, because if he had not told us to not buy it, we would have probably never pulled this. But he told him just to go online, try to find it cheaper. She found them at Walmart for $20 a box, and it comes with 5 or 4 packs in it. So obviously, we got decent amount of cards to play. So, and this was the very last one too. That's what makes it even more crazy. This was the very last one because we saved the OPO5. Another hint, OPO5 for last, because I said there's a manga in here that we can pull as the most expensive one. And then I think with that, I think everyone knows what this is. Yes, Gear 5 manga Luffy, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my girlfriend's insane pack look pulled a Gear 5 manga Luffy from the OPL5 set. And when it happened, I honestly went kind of crazy. Like, I literally snatched the card from her hand and everything. I will take it out of the special case, but not the sleeve it has. So here it is, guys. Manga Luffy Gear 5. One of the top cards. At the time we pulled it, it was worth $3,000 alone. Now it's gone down a bit, but it's still worth over $2,000. And I'm not complaining. It's probably, the pack, like I said, is insane. Gear 5 Luffy, ladies and gentlemen. I also do have other alternate arts. They are part of my other deck. Let me just go grab those real quick. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. Just going to show you all that real quick. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. So, I do have other stuff to show off. So, from the kid deck, the alternate arts are this leader. Actually, my uncle actually pulled this. So, my uncle and I have a very close relationship. So, any cards that he needs and I pull, I give it to him. Any cards that I need and he pulls, he'll give it to me. So, this is one of the ones he pulled. So, I'm very grateful for him for that. And then I will show off. So, here's the sleeves from my kid deck. And let me just go ahead and pull out the alternate arts that I have in here. I only have a few, but I am starting out. Let me just pull them out real quick. I'm getting there, guys. Sorry. Apologies. I'm only showing one of each. All right. That should, yeah, that's it. That's it. All right. So here's the alternate arts I have for this deck. Some were pulled, some were borrowed, and some were bought with the cards I traded in, of course. So we're going to start off from the top. Here we have this 7 Cosinel. We traded in at a shop to get this. I have 2 because I run 2 in my kid deck. Next, we have the Luffy Searcher. Once again, shout out to my uncle. He pulled this and gave it to me because he knew I was going to run kid. I just like this just because it's, I feel like it's such a good like alternate art card. Next, we have the kid. Once again, shout out to my uncle slash his friend Shadow. He pulled this and he gave it to me. So yeah, because he knows I'm the kid. And this is the borrowed card here, guys. So this is my uncle's card. It's just I didn't have any aces. The only aces I had were I give to my girlfriend because she collects ace. I was gonna take it for her like that. So here we have his alternate ace that I'm borrowing until I get my own ace, which maybe well. And then finally I have two of these Hioris here. Once again, traded it in. I believe this is the PRB one, if I'm not mistaken, because the original one is a lot more expensive. Or this might be the other way around. I quite don't remember. I believe this is a PRB one, but I think I like this better. So that is it for the kid deck, and I will show you guys what I have in my Shanks deck. Other than that, guys, I really don't have any other alternate arts past that. So, Shanks right here. And once again, another funny story behind this one. OP09 had just released, and we went to Nintendo Exchange. And I told my girlfriend, I was like, all I really want is this alternate art Shanks. Because I wanted to use them. And, she picked the box, of course. I opened a couple packs in. I'm like, I'm not going to go crazy over any pulls we get. We found some alternate arts, found a Roger. And then she pulled this out. She's like, is this the one you needed? And I raised my voice like in happiness, and other people heard me. And I'm a shy guy. So I was like, oh, like, they probably thought I pulled a manga. But I just pulled something I really wanted, and he did. So there's that. Put it back in its deck. And then for Shanks, I do have some alternates. I will say more than Kid, but that's because Shanks is my main deck right now, guys. Shanks is definitely my main deck. It just feels so comfortable to run. But that's past the point. Let me pull up alternate arts. I have that one. Keep going. Where are they at? I believe I have one more. Maybe not. Okay, no, that's all of them. Oh, yeah, that. All right, guys. So once again, we're gonna go top bottom. So we have the Sanji 2K, as you can see here. Once again, traded in other cards, and got this one. Only have one. I run two Sanjis in the deck, so I just need one more. Uda, I once again traded this in. I didn't run it, but then I realized I feel there because I just felt like more times I find it what I needed, but the games I didn't, it really felt bad. Like it honestly struggled. So that's why I picked up Uda. I run two Uda and I have two alternate arts. I'm just showing one, like I said. This is a tournament Hongo. I plan on getting either these or the winter Hongos eventually, but it's somewhat an alternate art. It's not fully alternate art, but it's just a different style. And then I run Fordman Beckman, and I have three alternate arts and one regular. I like this one. I feel like it looks normal for him, so it's good. And then I have Shanks. I have run four, and I only have two guys just because I did order the Four Emperors Anniversary set that comes to us in about July or late June, I believe. So I just want the wanted Shanks and then the Shanks that comes with the Four Emperors set. But this one I think is very cool because it kind of shows off his hockey bit and he's kind of just standing there. And then finally, I run one Goldie Roger in the deck, so only one of this is necessary. I honestly think it isn't like too bad. I know some people like don't like it, but I think it looks good. It kind of matches him. Like obviously the background's a little gold for Goldie Roger. But anyway, guys, that's it. And like I said, this is the most expensive card that we have in our collection. All right, and thank you guys for watching the video.
Okay, guys, so I am here today to show you guys my collection that I have been collecting over the past few months. I don't know when I started the collection, but I will say that I had started collecting these cards before I had started the anime. And my first favorite character was Tony Chopper, and then I started collecting Ace after, and then Sanji. So this is my collection that I want to show you guys. Of course, this binder was given and bought with love by my beautiful, beautiful boyfriend. And this is basically my first page. My first page are like my holy grails. I love every single one of these. I love every single card that I have, but these are my all-time favorites out of every single card that I have. Of course, as you can see on the top row, I have my Chopper cards, and then I have my favorite Sanjis and my favorite Aces. Some of these cards majority of these cards were gifted by my boyfriend. Some of them were gifted by his uncle. Shout out to his uncle for always saving the Chopper cards for me whenever he gets packs. And so right here I have like my whole Chopper page, and then up here I have a signed Chopper card from the voice actor, the English voice actor, of course, not the Japanese voice actor. And then I have more Chopper over here. This ace down here, you can't see it, but I'll show you up close because it won't do its justice. Super, super beautiful. Then I have more of my ace over here. And then I have more ace over here. My second sort of favorite that should be on the front page but isn't. Love it. And then I have my Sanjis over here. This one was gifted by my boyfriend, and I think so was this one. I think the whole page was gifted by him. But so far, this is my also favorite one too. That's not in the front. And then back here, I have more. My boyfriend recently bought me this one. He was gonna buy it for his own deck that he runs a Shanks deck. But look how beautiful this one is. So he ended up buying it for me instead of having it for him first. And then these three right here in this row, he recently just gifted for me. This last one you can't see because of the glare, but this is what it looks like. Super, super nice. And then I will go back to the front page to kind of show you an up close for all of them. So this one right here, my boyfriend got for me. But like majority of these front page ones, like I said, he got for me, except for this one right here. I got this one for myself, I think. And then I think I got that one. But honestly, I don't remember. But look how beautiful that is. And then this one right here, my boyfriend got for me. And then I had this card before I even got to the scene in the anime. Then, of course, when I watched the anime part of his story, I cried like a baby. This one right here, also my third or fourth favorite, but I love this. It's on my front page. And then my Sanjis, my absolute like second or third fave, because this next one right here is my holy grail that I will like take to the grave with me if I have to. The camera won't do its justice, but you can just, if you were to see it in person, it is absolutely beautiful. Then this one right here, because it's blue, and also because my boyfriend's favorite color is blue, but look how amazing that looks. And then these aces down here, this one I recently got from a card shop in our mall. I don't know exactly what it's called, but look how beautiful that is. Then this one my boyfriend got for me when he wanted a tournament at our mall, our local card shop mall. And he got this one from the pack, the participation pack that he got. And then this one I think my boyfriend got for me as well. I honestly can't remember. But yeah, I have these ones up here because these are so far my favorites. Of course, if you guys are looking at this video and have you guys see your favorite and we're probably like, oh, maybe that one should go on the front. Trust me, I love every single card that I have. I really do. But for some reason, these are the ones that just catch my eye first. And yeah, so that's my collection. Every single card so far has sleeves like this that were gifted to me by my boyfriend's uncle. Shout out to him. I think he gave it to me for my birthday. And then I had recently bought also these ones, which are super cute. It's like a pack of 100, I think, but I just bought both packs because I loved him and, you know, because why not? But yeah, every single card in this binder is either with that first Chopper sleeve or the other one that I just showed. But yeah, so that is my collection. Thank you guys for watching. And don't worry, I will be collecting more. I'm just trying to hit a few goals in my life that will allow me to purchase more cards, more expensive cards. Hopefully soon I can get like a manga chopper or like a manga ace. But that's just a wish that I can keep on wishing and hoping for. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy.